same types of fish, or you have different fish?
No. Are we recording?
About on your website is feed 20 million by 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's a really just impressive statement. So why that number, why that year, and kind of how did that become your goal?
Well, I know that by 2050, our Earth will have 10 billion people on it. And if I can educate 20 million people to be fed or feed themselves, which is actually more important to me, they can then spread virally like locusts across the planet and hopefully bring sustainable agricultural solutions to the planet where 10 billion people don't have to go hungry. When I say feeding 20 million people by 2020, what I actually try to do is give people the tools to feed themselves by 2020. And in doing that, we've been stretched across the earth. We currently operate on 5 continents. We have operations in 26 countries, and we have at any given point in time 75 to 85 open food projects going on globally. Formerly, in my previous life, I was also an entrepreneur, but I was the CEO of an oil company. And while I was moving around the United States trying to find ways to expand my oil company, hanging out one night, I watched a movie with Angelina Jolie, Beyond Borders. And in that movie, she was spending $3.5 million to send 5 trucks of beans and rice to 1984 Ethiopia. And I sat back and I thought about that, and I said, well, that's not, something's wrong there. Maybe instead of sending them food that'll be gone in a month, I should send them a farm. Welcome to the world's first portable farm. So inside each one of these tanks is right around 150 to 200 tilapia, bluegill, catfish, and food for other fish. And what we're doing is we're using the water from these tanks to fertilize plants that are in the adjacent greenhouse. We use about 1,000 heads of lettuce a week, 50 pounds of basil a week, 80 quarts of strawberries a week, and they're capable of producing right around 700 pounds of tomatoes per season and 1,400 pounds of cucumbers per season. It's enough for a salad or an 800-calorie vegetarian diet, but man may not live on veggies alone. Sorry if there's any vegetarians in the audience. We started growing the food for the fish in the system itself. And what you're looking at is duckweed. It's about a 34 to 48% protein saturation for our herbivore fish. So we raise the duckweed in our tanks for carnivores, and then we feed the herbivores the duckweed, and then we feed the carnivores the herbivores. So we just basically harvest it up just like this. Squeeze out the water, and it becomes this big plant mass. Super simple, but it's all single-cell plant organisms, all individual. And then we toss that into our herbivores, where they'll end up growing up and eating because they're big and strong like their parents, who are also food for other fish. So this is one of our rearing tanks here, and you guys just want to see, just watch the bubbles there. About the population of San Antonio, Texas lives inside of this swimming pool. All the babies from our entire summer are here. And we just grow millions and millions of fish so that we can keep this water nice and nutrient rich for all the plants that we grow. Looking nice and ready for a dinner plate here in about 9 months. So from this size, they'll be on a dinner plate in about less than a year. All right, so let's try and catch some fish. So here we've got basically a dinner plate sized tilapia ready to go. And this is enough to feed 2 8-ounce fillets. So if you were ordering, I don't know, southwestern lime tilapia over rice, at any restaurant here in town, this is where those fish could come from. They've only eaten the food that's been growing in the system, which is all plants and 100% natural. So it's actually more organic than organic. And that'll give you a really good idea of the type of size fish that are in these tanks. Like I said, each tank has about 100 to 150 fish at a time inside. And they can hold more if we need to, but ideally the best option for them is to let them keep swimming until it's time for dinner. It truly does fall out of a C-130 aircraft. Everything you see here fits inside of this container and will feed 500 to 600 people on a daily basis for the rest of their lives. So now HATponics is able to ship farms globally to populations in distress worldwide on 30 days notice. Well, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you need to dream big or go back to sleep. And so I just decided to stay awake and make it happen. I just gotta get my ducks in a row. Here comes the rest of them.
I don't know, very inspiring for you or anything like that?
I'm an Ohio State fan.